Up and down the state of Delaware over the past week, I've heard the same message I've heard since I was elected to the Senate in 2010. Folks want to know that what we invent here, we're going to make here. They want to know how the Senate and the House are going to get past the current paralyzing partisan divide and figure out a path forward towards an all-of-the-above energy strategy that takes advantage of and harnesses American agricultural leadership, American innovation, and American energy independence. And I think the focus of this great and robust conference today is one of the most exciting ways to make real the promise of that path forward. What I think is most important is to continue to convey to members of the House and Senate that this is a technology, this is an opportunity that is well past the lab bench stage, that there are a dozen commercial-scale facilities under permitting, currently under construction, that this is not something that we will only see in 2025 or in 2050, that the next phase of biofuels is ready to leap from the lab bench to the marketplace, and that we in the federal government have an essential role to play in successfully moving forward that commercialization. I think it's essential we extend tax credits for advanced biofuels, especially those that can be utilized as incentives to build or retrofit second-generation facilities. We also need to look at ways that we can provide sustainable, lasting incentives to transition to a self-sustaining industry in the decades ahead. And in my view, that means most importantly working together on a path forward for the renewable fuels standard. I think it is absolutely essential that we preserve and sustain the RFS to ensure that biofuels remain a significant contributor to our national liquid fuels market. And we have to make sure that innovations in financing keep up with innovations in technology. We can only reach the extraordinary potential of second-generation biofuels if we do the right thing, scaling up targeted financial incentives and market demand from the RFS at the same time that innovations in research, in manufacturing, and in deployment of these technologies develop. I think there is some wisdom to recognizing the advantage of a technology-neutral tax incentive that allows us to really move forward towards an all-of-the-above, sustainable, and bipartisan energy tax incentive framework. We need to marry good science, good policy, and good politics, and find things that can be supported and sustained in a bipartisan way so that our country has a brighter energy future. Just because there happens to be a presidential election, congressional election, state elections this fall, doesn't mean we in Washington should stop working. Our country, our communities, our world expect and need nothing less of us. So if I can be of assistance to you, as you continue the important and the hard work of innovating and of developing the next generation of biomass and biofuels for our country and world, please call on me. We could be safer, save more money, and save lives with an investment in biofuels, and I will continue to assert that that is an investment critical to our future and an investment worth making.